Hello everyone. What you're about ready to see is some bits and pieces that I've made that didn't fit with anything else that I have put up yet. So I'm just going to try to put them together, see if I can come up with at least somewhat of a video here. I think some of it would be interesting to some people. One of them is replacing the blades of my planer. Another one is more modifications to the making Dad's table saw mobile. So sit back, grab a cup of coffee. We'll get started here in just a few minutes. I want to show you something. I ordered new blades, and I think I showed this off to how badly this had been worn, especially right in here. And I went and bought some, didn't work, so I had to order. Well, that was 3 days ago. They're already here. And to tell you the truth, I am exceedingly, extremely impressed so far, and I've not even taken them or broken them free yet of the packaging. But I want to show you this. When was the last time you got anything off of eBay that was packaged like this? I ordered two, and so I got this nice plastic case that they come in, and like Mrs. Stadhomer, she said that's a perfect place to store your old ones just in case. And I said, you betcha. So while I'm talking here, I mean, even this, I just can't believe anything from eBay is the quality that I'm seeing here. Now let's pull one out. Let's check the ooh, these are sharp. Let's check and see how they look comparatively. Looky there. That's an identical fit. So I think we're a go. I'm going to use my little nifty handy dandy blade gauge here. This one is one that can not only be used for this, but also the little 4-incher that I have yet to build that I have in the basement. And we're going to try to see if we can get this one and the one up above here installed and ready to go, and even and ready to go with this. And as that sits right there and keeps the blade exactly the same as I start tightening it. And we'll see just how well this does. We'll be back in just a little bit. I'll tell you a little story about this. Before I got this planer, I kept talking about wanting one. Everybody couldn't understand why I would want one, because I was doing woodworking without it, and I was using my belt sander. Belt sander works, believe it, but it doesn't work as well as this. And then I've had people that said they can't afford one of these. Well, neither could I. That's another reason that I go to auctions. I picked this thing up at an auction for a song. As you can tell, it is not new, and it was not new when I got it. But I took the shroud off. It's laying over there right now, I think, right about there. And I looked at the blades, and they weren't all that good. Matter of fact, what you see here was what was showing. They didn't look very good. And I did not necessarily make an effort to tell everybody how bad the blades were, but I didn't try to tell everybody how good the blades were either. But I left the shroud off so that it could be seen. And apparently that's a possibility that is one of the reasons that only one other person bid on this than me. Now, I had been to the auction earlier that day and I'd put power to it, so I knew it ran. And that other person only went to, I started it out at $5. The other person only went to $10. So I got this for $15 at the auction years ago. I brought it home, broke out my trusty little wrench just to make sure, because I figured it would, and I turned these blades, or I pulled one of these out to find out that the other side was finished. Very few people knew that these are double-edged so that you could flip them. And as I was hoping, the other edge had never been used. Well, now it has. I pretty much destroyed it. But I guess what this story is about is, don't hesitate to go to an auction. Look at this stuff. Do some research before you go. Know what it's all about. For $15, I cannot afford not to have a planer. This has paid for itself 100 times over. Okay. I had to spend some money to get brand new blades today. That ain't much. Yeah, I spent more for this 2 pairs of blades than I did for the whole saw. But it's going to work, and it's going to help me build these tables. Just thought I'd share that. Okay, I know y'all recall me doing this mobility project on Dad's table saw. Well, I've got a few more items that I'm going to add to it to strengthen it. I've got some carriage bolts that I'm going to add to it. And when I take it apart, I'm going to go ahead and just glue. And that way I'll know that once everything is dried and whatever, it's going to be that way and last a whole heck of a lot longer than it does now. It will now. So I'm going to set this on a stand and I'll show you what I'm getting ready to do. The first thing I'm going to do, of course, I'm going to move this back over here and out of the way more, because I have another little project I'm getting ready to do also. And then I'm going to set it down on its original legs and take this piece and that piece off. I will then glue everything, re-screw it, but that screw and this screw I will leave out and drill so that I can put the carriage bolts in. And we'll do the same thing down here. And that way, once it dries, I'll have not only the screws, but the glue and the carriage bolts holding everything together. And hopefully it'll last for quite some time. got the carriage bolts put in this and glued, and it has had a couple of days now of drying time, so we should be in real good shape here. I'm going to put this on the tripod, aim it down there, and we'll see if that was able to take care of some of the slop and some of the problems that we had previously. Okay, hold on. Alright, it's on the tripod, and here we go. We're going to give it a shot. Well, it seems to have worked. Doesn't have near the slop that I had before, which really made it a little bit more difficult. Maybe it's because of this board over here, but that's something to play with that I can, but it still works, and it works great, and I'm happy with that. I'd like to thank you all for stopping by. Don't forget to subscribe. Give us some thumbs up. Tell your family, tell your friends, tell your local person that does a little bit of this and a little bit of that, which is more or less what this video is all about. So we'll catch you all the next time. You all have a blessed, blessed, blessed day. Bye-bye.